Oh, where's our flag salute? Yeah. I'm on the wrong one. Hold on.
I was like, what are you doing?
I was like, this is not what I had on there. Okay. We are going to open session and flag salute, please.
Where's that?
I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, attendance
Oh, you want me to do
Lucy
it?
Evans,
here.
Ellie Fincher.
Here.
Brenda Johnson,
Here.
Nick Nilsson,
Here.
Lacey Skillings.
Here.
Carla Head is present. Roger Franklin will be here. Ouch, that did not feel good. Andy Zink, I believe, will be here. Timmer Anderson is present, and Amanda Lapp will be present by video.
All right, 3.4 approval of agenda. There is one thing that I noticed on there.
So we have to approve first.
You guys have
Correct?
to make a motion and second, and then
I'll make a
Not
motion to approve.
I'll second.
And then if you look at 7.1, there's just nothing in there.
that's correct. We were having a space holder just in case we had anything.
Okay.
And then to add all of those things is just not very pleasant. So she kept a space holder in there just in case there was an action item.
Sounds good.
Remove that.
Okay. Roll call vote.
Evans.
Aye.
Ellie.
Aye.
Brenda.
Aye.
Nick.
Aye.
Lacey.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Okay, 4.0 community school presentations, 4.1 ASP and NHS. Is that what you guys?
There's a lot of you here.
Abigail Dillon.
Hi, everyone. 7 Elgin Junior Senior High School ASB president. This past year has been very fun. We will miss Jalen Tolliver, our past ASB president. She unfortunately is not able to be with us tonight as she's homesick, but we wish her a well recovery. This past year has been amazing. There's been so many good things and so many great takebacks that we can take into next year and really learn from. I'm very excited for the upcoming year as we've established some goals already. We have a lot of plans in the works. Some of our primary goals include communication across the school district through Stella Mayfield and even into high school and just every category of sports and other activities. Another one is online presence. We seem as a school to have flyers, but not ones that have enough information to like keep providing stuff for our community to be involved with. And then also just school pride to make sure that all of our students are engaged and know what's happening through every event. I'm now going to turn it over to our 2026-2027 NHS president, Madison Evans.
Thank you, Abby. After meeting with the NHS, we kind of all decided that this year has been extremely positive environment for growth and learning with all students in the district. There has been visible improvement not only in school spirit, but also in attitude, comfortability, and willingness to learn. The hands-on and engaging atmosphere implemented throughout the school has increased involvement and encouraged creativity. And there's a lot of things that we have planned for next year, especially with like combining kind of the spirit of both the elementary and the high school. So Brandon Fincher will be talking about that.
Looking into next year, our NHS decided it was a big goal for us to have more community involvement and to continue to increase connections throughout the entire district. As we all know, our community is what empowers our school, and the involvement is crucial for success, not only for academics, but also athletics and extracurricular activities. Recently, we had an assembly with the elementary school and felt it was a great way to build spirit throughout all grade levels. But we believe that continuing to hold events like this will improve our district-wide culture and help unify students in both of the schools. In addition, we have been planning and working towards hosting events over the summer to increase the sense of community while also raising funds for some of our academic extracurriculars like NHS. These may take the form of movie nights, community breakfasts, or other fun unifying activities that can bring the town of Elgin together.
That's awesome.
Here you go, Patty.
Thank you, guys. Oh, you got more. Good. This is great.
Our band for the recent trip to the OSA station competition. We were the only 1A school there, and despite competing against schools with over 200 students in their high school alone, our band performed really well and represented our school in an amazing way. We're really proud of what they accomplished.
Anybody else?
Nobody else?
Hey.
I don't like it.
Oh, thank you, guys. That's great. Hey,
Mhm.
no, public comment. Do we have anybody signed up for public comment?
Can I just make an acknowledgement?
Yeah, yeah.
So last week I talked about safety concerns and I just want y'all to know that Carla and I talked and she's gonna get back after she gets quotes and stuff done. So we're moving forward.
The fencing is that was the. Okay, thank you. All right, 6.0 consent agenda, 6.1 board minutes from April 20th, 2026. And 6.2 recommendation of HR report approval.
I'll make a motion to accept the consent agenda.
Brandy, you make a motion.
Mhm.
I'll second.
Any discussion?
No, I think I have to abstain from part of that. On the HR report.
I don't think so.
I don't, oh, not at this point. No.
No, I don't.
Okay.
Let me look at it again, but I don't believe so.
I don't see. What?
No, you don't.
I don't.
No.
Okay.
No. Roll call vote. Kit Evans.
Aye.
Ellie.
Aye.
Brenda.
Aye.
Nick.
Aye.
Lacey.
We don't need 7. So, 8.0 information and director questions, admin reports. Kimra, do you want to go?
So spring sports are kind of on the downhill slide right now. Track has competed in 7 meets thus far into the year. Obviously, this week they're wrapping up their district championships. We don't know the results yet. Hopefully, we're hoping for some good wins. But they started off their season at Union at the 17th annual Pepsi Invitational. That gave them their base marks to continue on throughout the season. And since then, they've done a really good job of like having PRs or personal bests in like almost every single one of their meets so far into the season. Pre-district will be held on May 15th or May 18th. Sorry. Whoa, May 21st. Holy
It was the 15th originally.
Okay,
Yeah, yeah, they
okay.
changed it. They changed it on us. Yep.
Yeah. Anyway.
Where did I get these dates?
And as far as like graduation and stuff goes with that, we don't get a whole lot of say of when they decide to do state track. It's either always usually on state band or like our graduation. So it's a
Yeah.
give and take with that. And unfortunately this year it fell on graduation.
And on OSA website, it still says the 15th.
We're moving on. So baseball is wrapping up their season actually right currently now against LeGrand JV2, and they're doing a really good job.
Oh, good.
They're starting 3-11 in league, but I want to remind everybody they have a very, very young squad this year, and Fred the freshman, for the most part, because that's what their team is made up of, have done a phenomenal job of stepping up and filling some varsity roles that they have had no exposure in before. Junior high track and field, they went to 4 meets this year. They got a lot of exposure. They had several kids join all throughout the season, and I thought that was really great. They got a 4x4 team, a 4x1 team going, and we had one thrower. And their 4x4 team constantly made improvement at every single meet, and they actually, I think they were sitting 26th in the state for Oregon, and they were just a couple spots out from qualifying for the Oregon like meet of championships, which is like essentially like middle school state.
Nice.
We had our winter sports banquet that was held on April 8th at 6 p.m. in the high school gym. We did send out feedback regarding the format of how we want to go forward. And I think there was 3 options that you could choose from. end of the year formal banquet, one at each semester or 3 at the end, one at the end of each sports banquet. And so we're going to go back through and look at those information from the parents and see what we can do there. And then football camp. So Polo got back to me finally. We have a contract that was sent out on early April. I think it was like April 8th that I sent out this contract. He got it back to me and signed. Basically, it says that they have assume all financial responsibility. They have to sign a facility use agreement. They're paying for any of the porta potties that they have to use. We are having no financial burden. It is all up to them. The only thing that they have access to is our facilities. Pepsi has decided that they are going to donate again once for their drinks. And then the Chamber of Commerce has so graciously donated a meal, and they're working out some things through the community center as well. So they're in touch with that. So as of right now, everything is currently on track for the EOU football camp. He is supposed to get back to me this week regarding him coming out with all of his new coaches, because they just hired basically a whole new coaching staff. And hopefully they'll get a tour of the facility, see kind of where they want to put everything and the lay of the land that.
And the date on that.
The date, I think, as we just said, the 15th to the 18th. It's right after stock show, so that Monday, I think, is when we start. And it'll start at 12 p.m. and end the 12 are on the 18th at 12 p.m. as well. And everything in that contract is outlined as far as that goes too. So.
Andy?
So post high school graduation career awareness, just again, highlighting the career expo that happened April 1st, the try a trade at Walla Walla Community College, which is on April 22nd. We had 15 students go. It was a good experience for them. Oregon Institute of Technology, they made their campus visit on the 21st during one period, and they presented to the seniors and the juniors there. And then we went over to BMCC to explore careers and trades, and that took place April 28th. There was 11 students that attended. We did the early childhood education, medical assisting, and diesel mechanics and technology. And you can see pictures that were attached so that you can see what some of the students actually tried. And then we had Eastern Oregon Construction Utility Career at Baker Technical Institute, which was unfortunately canceled. Some of our students are really looking forward to it. They didn't say why, they just said that it was canceled and that it would be rescheduled for the fall. So we're looking forward to setting a date and time to make sure that our students have the opportunity to make that visit as well. Then EOU came out and did a fast fund financial overview for the juniors on May 12th during WIN period, just to get them started on looking for deadlines and things that are needing to be done for college or career if they want to continue post graduation training or education. And then Mavis Hartz, who's the new BMCC coordinator, came out to do her end of the year wrap up in case students have questions about BMCC or any other post-secondary education question. And then counseling, just checking in on seniors to make sure that they have everything in order for graduation, which is Thursday. Regular check-ins with students, including the DNF list and those with recurring absenteeism. And then meeting and making parent contacts. And then we've been working on the master schedule for next year with Mr. Franklin and input. Pretty close to having that completed. Maybe a couple of classes and class sizes to make sure that the numbers aren't too large for any particular class. Then I have the student elective selection form, which will be dispersed to students this week and next week. And it'll go out to the 6th, 7th, 8th, all the way up to the juniors right now, so that they can select or have an opportunity to select 4 electives that they prefer in the order. And then we'll try to give them their number one request and go on down the line, depending on how it fits in their schedule.
Mhm.
And there's also an example of that form attached, so if you want to look at that. And then just been attending, IEP meetings and collaborating with teachers. And then at Stelling, making parent contacts and taking collaborating with teachers, attending IEPs and PLCs. I'm just kidding.
Welcome on board. Good afternoon, students and teachers and guests, mayor. Honestly, we were late because honestly, Carly, I was home cooking fried chicken. I moved up. Sorry. Black kids make you late. First of all, Miss Lily, stand up.
Uh-oh. She's like,
She is our piston in the office every single day, calling parents, making sure our attendance is trying to be over 90% all the time. When we get 90% of our attendance per grade level, everything in our world of academics going to get better. Behaviors get better. Overall, Elgin community gets better because our kids need to be at work. So 89% right now, we will finish up in 2 weeks. I'm hoping it's gonna be at 90. We have 165 kids. Thank you.
thank you, Lily.
Thank you, Lily.
Seventh graders are right at the point of 90%. Eighth grade is 89%. We love that group of eighth graders. I can't wait till they get ninth grade next year. Before I move on, we will be having an eighth grade family meeting next week to let the parents come in with their kids at a certain time to walk them through. It's time to be a freshman.
Mhm.
And this is why academics matter, sports matter, character matters. So ninth grade, 90%. 10th grade, 92%. Class of 2028, stand up. 28. Look at that. See that? Thank you.
You guys are the good kids. Yeah, your guys' numbers aren't great. The rest of y'all.
Seventh grader, 86 grade. Hang on a minute. Now, this is
That's a lot.
the brick and mortar
Mhm.
of that school building. Class of 27, stand up. Don't cry, not yet. Thank you. Seniors, 91%, because they not ready to leave. They don't want to leave. They're hanging on. I'm picking them out, but they're just hanging on. So we have come for. We really have. So what we are changing up the principal schedule more is it's going to be led by students and staff because that's who we are going to become. Our community first. ASB NHS students will speak to our night.
They already did.
They already did, and then I
You're making fried chicken.
So I'm gonna move on. Thank y'all. Yeah, I do owe you one. We will let the our state testing teachers, 7th grade, go first to speak about state testing. That's what we get. Did y'all go first?
And I can go. Do you want me to do something
Yes.
at the same time?
7, yes.
Okay, I got you. All right, so I'm gonna hand out a 7th and 8th grade snapshot of our state testing that we did for ELA this year. Yay, he loves it. You set your time on for taking. Yeah, actually I did. Oops, sorry.
It's fine. It doesn't work. It doesn't work anyway. It's fine.
Never mind. No, down.
Maybe you'll make it work.
Okay. So, starting with the 7th grade, They, in my opinion, did phenomenally this year. Just up until today, actually, we were sitting, I'm going to say below the state average for not meeting. So that means that we were sitting at 32% and the state average for not meeting was 35%. So we were doing a really good job. State test scores more must have got inputted because now we're 2% over. But big increase from last year looking at their scores. We had 32% sitting at or near, 20% at meeting, and then 16% actually above the state standard, which is higher than the state is. The rest of those two numbers are pretty accurate between the state and our school as well. So it's not like we're too off par with our 7th graders, which is really great. And if you look at the 7th grade standard, or the 7th grade right here, we followed the state in our reading score. So we are at or near, so we're on par with that. The only thing that we are about below in is writing, and it's in one category, and that's organization. And that's something that we've been really hammering this year, is how to organize an essay in writing, because the state is very particular about how they want their how they want their essays organized. But actually, in literary text, we performed above the state in both target 3, 5, and 6. Same with literary text in target 7. We are above, and the state is actually below in that. We are at or near in target 9, where the state is below. And then we are at and near for target 11 in informational text, as well as target 13 for informational text and target 14. Same thing for narrative. So target 1, we are at or near, and then target 3 and target 4, we are above the state in. So it's not like our writing scores for our 7th grade are bad, or they're good. It's just our organization. And then, yeah, listening, we're above. Argumentative, we're about with the state standard for target 6, but target 7, we are same way with the state, we're at or near. And then our general writing, we're just below, but that's following with the state, however they are too. But if you look at our numbers, they're not too far off, on par with the state. And then it just breaks down like how their writing scores were points were differentiated in their actual writing. But if you look, like when we went through training in my master's program, how they grade, like you could have an essay that I would grade as like an A standard, and it would grade actually as a B standard by the state. So it's very different trying to meet those, what they're asking for, because it changes each year too. Then looking at our 8th grade, so don't stress out when you see these numbers. Okay, we are definitely above with our 8th grade, but here's the thing: their reading, their listening, everything else on par with the state. Reading or writing, I had several decide that they were not going to write and went in as insufficient, meaning that they either wrote nothing, so little that the state could not grade it, or nonsense. I, as an educator, cannot step in and be like, you can't write that. That's a test impropriety, and then I get in trouble for that. So what I've come to the conclusion of, as far as the writing piece, their multiple choice, they did great. Reading, listening, phenomenal. They're on par with the state. Writing is a big issue right now. Kids don't like to write. They don't like it. Getting them to write 3 sentences, I feel like I'm pulling out fingernails. Like, it's just how it is right now. But we're making growth. I've been gathering samples from their writing that we've done in my class alone this year. And I know for a fact that if they were to have actually written something that they had written in my class and put it in, our scores would not be this way, without a doubt. But I think we have a mindset of don't really care about state testing, and that's been a thing. That's been a hurdle that we're trying to overcome. And with these upcoming 7th graders and their test scores that I just saw this year, I think that we're on the right track to making a massive improvement. And something else that I wanted to point out is in our 7th grade class, 31% of those are on either a modified or some sort of other like additive help. So that also makes a big difference. Same with the 8th graders, they're sitting at 33% of their classes is that. So the state doesn't take those into consideration when we do our state testing, which obviously has an impact on our state scores as well. But yeah, overall, we're making improvements in our writing and looking at our 8th grade scores just from last year when they were 7th graders. I know it doesn't look like it, but they are improving.
Right, and the next one is Miss Marlarge on math and science. Okay, math.
Just kidding.
They did really well in science though, actually. This is 7th grade math.
Take it out. I would.
I'm all for it. I want to see if it'll work. Seriously.
Okay, so I didn't print off all it breaks it down into, different math areas, but just if you look overall at the state, 33% proficient was the state, what they met, and our school met 44% proficient in the 7th grade math. So we're above the state in that. I think the 7th graders are doing really well. They work really hard in class, and so I think this probably is indicative of how they perform. We do have some low students, and they struggle with math, and we work on them. And I've been doing a lot of grouping with them, trying to get their basic math skills up so that they can meet standards. Any questions on 7th grade? So yeah, the 8th grade scores are a little lower than the 7th grade scores. They don't like math, and it's been a struggle, since the beginning, right? They let us know that. I think some of these scores could have been higher if they would have tried. There are some that literally were staring at the walls, and then they stare at the wall, and we can't say anything to them. I mean, that's just the way it is. So I don't think these scores are as indicative of what they're capable of. Percent proficient was 29% for the state, and we're at 21%, so a little bit below that. Definitely have room for improvement, but they have grown tremendously this year. I mean, from the beginning of the year, if you give them a shape and they had to copy one side of the shape, they couldn't do it. And now they're doing the Pythagorean theorem, a squared plus b squared equals c squared, to figure out sides of different right triangles without having to go over it a whole bunch of time. So I'm able to model something, and they're able to then copy it and do it. So I've seen huge improvement. We've done a lot of groupings, working on those basic skills that they need to get them up to grade level. So happy with the improvement, especially the last couple months. They're really putting in some effort.
I actually have a question. When it comes to the kids that are on like IEPs or anything like that, is there, like, if they need it read to them, is there support for that, or does the computer? Okay, so they're getting that. Okay, even is there enough support if there's 33% of the class needing it?
Just so on the state, like, they can have it read and stuff, but we cannot.
Right.
They can't. Yeah.
But there is that
There's
support there. Okay.
Yes.
And they're utilizing.
They have a completely different testing.
Okay, very sure. Okay.
And interestingly, they were taking the iReady diagnostic today, and some of these scores on the kids that scored a 1 actually scored at 8th grade level on the iReady. So, yeah. What do you? I don't know what to say about that. Well, like several of them. It wasn't just one. It was like several. I'm going. I went and showed them. I said, look. They were pretty proud of it. So.
That's the luxury of the state allowing for an alternative test to count towards like our district's scores. They evaluate it. They don't just look at these anymore. They look at another state approved evaluation tool, and iReady is one of those. So,
and just in their attitudes towards math, I've just seen a huge turnaround, and so it's been really good to see. That's why they become teachers to see that. And yeah, it's been really exciting. So
Thank you so much.
Couple of things we are doing and continue is to build those relationships. And then also doing explicit instruction, mean I do, we do, or you do. Our kids comes from all different backgrounds, families, but at the same time, you don't know at that day they're hot or they're cold. Same with that y'all raising our cow. You don't know which one's gonna be which. But at the same time, we are gonna be dedicated to make sure our kids is getting every nook and cranny they can get to with our parapros, with our small groups, one on one, but at the same time, more testing throughout the year, during a certain time. We just can't wait till May, April come to test the kids. We have to start at the first day. Y'all walk in next year, you will have every student in the junior high school will be tested the first day to knowledge to see what they know. And so with that is we will use that information for our though our main one is lesson plan. Though our main three in instruction. So what or are we taking them? But the kids also have to speak. Our next one is we are going to move in to our community engagement, but our homework club, to our challenges of behaviors. Our I don't call them B and F list. I call them challenges. So Miss
They're not here.
Craig is
Oh, is your, oh, you snuck in. Hello.
Sneaky like that.
Yes.
There you go. All right, so
Homework Club has continued and it's continued to be successful. One thing that has been really great is today some of us went to a meeting to get freshmen on track in Pendleton, and I was going over this again, and it was nice to see that 9th grade is the grade that's utilizing it or utilized it most in April, which is really neat to see. So and it was a big turnaround because I feel like the month prior they were one of the smallest amounts that had utilized it. So it's neat just now seeing the different grades now, knowing it's available and wanting to use it. And then seeing also the graph right here where you can see it really start to go down. And so we're just going to keep on doing what we're doing. And we are going to also try to implement, continue to implement new things to add on to it next year, like starting more proactive, maybe with C's and just don't worry, just gently with C's and just some other ways of going about it. So and then it's going to be great too to start it in the beginning of the year, as well as the new 7th graders coming in and really not knowing any different. It's going to be, fresh to them, and it's going to be a good start, I think, to a whole new culture with using and utilizing the homework club.
awesome.
Thank you.
Questions? Good. All right.
Thank you so much.
And skipping down to we are always check in with our students each and every single day. Do we check on y'all all day long? It's always one. No, Karen, I swear I have to y'all a lot. So, but checking in with that. Surveys with we're on the back. Miss P spoke about that. Daniel, some framework in and out your classroom, what, 3 or 4 times a day? Yeah. Seeing what they're learning, asking them do they need help, staff at the same time. Our building is changing, not because of me, because of them. That's why they're here. They don't have to be here. Because they have taken that honor to put Elgin first. That's why Elgin will get better. Because you are doing something for your ancestors. And I can't thank you, EI, enough. Yes, I am always on your butt. For a reason. Because there ain't no I in that building. You know that. Safe and civil. We are all working every single day positive. Do I shout?
Yes.
Carly's like, yes.
How do I shout? Thank you. That's it, right? I don't shout no other time, do I? Practice don't count. But positive, all positive. Facility, we just had last fire drill of the year, and then coming down to family communication. We want our families in more. Most of these kids will start next year going to more chambers, more city meetings. We are going to do our due diligence to gather evidence of saying this is where we're going. Come with us. Because that's what going to need. By the time volleyball starts, to football, to basketball, throughout the year, they're going to make it that way, fastly. They're going to make our town spectacular, something to talk about, getting rid of all that negative. We're tired of it. They're tired of it. I mean, that's it. It ain't no this and that. We have a blueprint that we are doing. They're doing it. I called home on 23 times with kids coming in the office. Wasn't for behaviors. They want a voice. We have more parents, Ms. Z called for seniors who's barely jumping the line to graduate because some of them's crying. We had two senior boys sewing today. I mean, do you sew?
I did yesterday.
Thank you. See, everybody shows. That's all we are.
No, I ripped my britches.
We thank you. And what do we say to our school board?
Thank you.
Thank you. Amanda, are you there?
Amanda cannot participate tonight, so she said that if you have any questions, please.
Okay, perfect. Okay, Carlos will do it.
Okay. So you have my report in front of you. So enrollment by grade is their grand total right now with pre-K is 192, without pre-K is 180. Attendance per grade level up until last week, of course, when we pulled these. Pre-K is at 99%, kindergarten, second, 7%. First grade's at 92, second grade's at 87, third grade's at 91, fourth grade's at 86, fifth grade's at 91, and sixth grade is at 89%. So school-wide, it's a 90% average. So testing, I have to make a little correction. There was one teacher today that had two more students that have been absent due to justifiable reasons. So finished up. So I believe that we're all done now. So then next board report, we'll be able to pull all of those results and as well as our iReady results as well for the next meeting. So you'll have all of those. So the great news you will see, and obviously I'll let Mr. Franklin or Miss Zink chime in on this, but you'll see this beautiful piece of paper right here in color that you see next. So we were able to meet with the state, and huge shout out, in recording to Jennifer Pambrin with IMESD for all of her hard work and diligence, as well as all the hard work with all the high school staff and Mr. Franklin and Miss Zink. But we're happy to report that we have successfully completed all of our eligibility requirements for high school success eligibility with the state. So that is done. I mean, it's a huge lift with the state. It's tied to a lot of things with the integrated guidance program. It's a big major no-no if you don't finish it. And so we finished it in round two, which it's an anomaly for anyone to finish it in round one, especially when, we're in year two. And really in year one of having all brand new staff, the first time we've had, Miss Zink in place with the high school guidance counselor, and it's a big deal. In fact, Jennifer Pambrin asked Miss Zink, she's like, well, your credit balance sheet, would you please share that with me? Can I please steal that basically and everything? So just huge shout out to our staff for all of their hard work on this. And we just really appreciate that so much. That's a big thing, checkbox that is done now. For now, then it'll change again and have to do it all over again. That's okay. We're excited about that. Strategic plan survey will be going out via Parent Square within the next week. Danielson framework, as Mr. Franklin talked about. Focus on training, especially at the beginning of next year for all staff, so that way they have an even deeper understanding of the evaluation tool that we have. Safe and Civil, today we had the amazing Susan Isaacs here with the foundations team. And so we had morning training today with the foundations team. And then this afternoon, we had the joy of going and showing off a lot of the hard work that all of our amazing teachers are doing in both buildings. So we're really thankful for that. And we're happy to have her back for 2 days at the very beginning of next school year to work on PANTS district wide. So we're excited about that and developing that continuity. We were supposed to have a fire drill today, but because Susan was in the building, we postponed that until later this week. I would like to, before I get down to, I'm going to skip down to 9H first, especially since they're both here. If Monica Harris and Lily, would you please stand up? Yep, totally put you on the spot. Sorry. So these two amazing ladies were recognized up at EOU here 4 weeks ago for being our Crystal Apple Award winners for our district. So very well deserved honor. So we're really thankful. Yeah.
Thank you for all you do.
So Yolanda Westberg was here from IMESD. The great part is that she offers some fantastic quality professional development for writing, and it doesn't cost us anything, which is even better. So we're appreciative of that. And also sent out today to our teachers opportunities for the summer. Yes, it's before their contract time, so it's completely optional, but they have the opportunity to participate in some PD up or in Pendleton if they would like to. Of course, the budget committee meeting happened, and then we have another one coming up. Scholarship banquet happened. Care monthly check-in. We did a PACE risk assessment walkthrough. It's something that it's the first time I've had the opportunity to participate in that. I guess it's something that typically happens every 3 years. And so the guy in charge of our account, with PACE insurance comes here, and we walked all the grounds here and over at the senior high, and he looks for things that are like big red flags, for the district for liability and everything. And so he'll produce a report and give that to us. Mr. Franklin walked with us over at the senior high, and Carrie, of course, was there through all of it. And so we're looking forward to having some of that and also some enhanced trainings come this fall when we come back for in-service. We continue to have IEP meetings. We're really thankful for Monica and all the hard work that she does over here at the elementary, because she's had quite the caseload, and we're really happy and thankful for her. We're also really excited about, our new team member joining us. We had a great week of Teacher Appreciation Week for all of our staff. Mr. Franklin and Miss Sink helped me out with that. And the culminating day of that, when we had students in the building, we delivered breakfast to each of the teachers in both buildings. We pushed along a couple of carts and delivered breakfast to the teachers. So that was sort of fun. That was a new thing for them. Synergy, MTSS training. When we first got this add-on for Synergy, they didn't tell us that the normal onboarding process takes almost a year. Well, that would have been sort of nice to know, But hey, we're here. So next fall, we've included some teachers in that. And so it's going to be a train the trainer sort of a model. So next fall we'll be fully up and running with that in both buildings, which is great. And then we've had continuous interviews for the various positions that we have open. Elementary events, kids have been able to participate in some great things. Really thankful to the sixth grade team and all the parent volunteers. But Tiana Murphy did a fantastic job of organizing outdoor school for the kids. Kelly McLaughlin does a great job with the walkathon. All the teachers, grades 3 through 6 for Cove Play Day. There's tons of field trips going on. Holy cow, it seems like every day that's going on. And we have the end of the year assembly coming up on May 26th. So there we go.
I do have a question, Carla.
Yes.
Are we doing a jump up to meet your new teacher day?
No, we are not, because we have so many teachers moving classrooms. The feedback from staff was that it tends to be really confusing and frustrating for parents and students as well when they come back in the fall and like, well, hey, that's not my classroom. I don't know where I'm going and everything. So when we have open house in the fall, we'll make a big deal about that, and then everybody will know where they're going. Thank you for that question.
I don't think we have any further business.
We don't have permission.
So we are going to move into executive session. You guys don't.
Sorry,
Yeah, no, don't.
sorry, Ms. Evans, chair person.
President.
And, maybe we get a picture of, the kids behind.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And then- Sorry.
Today.
I came straight from where you did.
No. Hey, do you guys want me to move this off the table? Yeah, come on.
Sorry.
Yeah, because mine's.
Yeah, equal now,
My
yes.
children, that's in my child.
Patty, get down here.
Patty.
It's not.
Another kid too.
It's 20 years.
You guys are like students and you can all fit in.
Junior high too, they not.
Hold up, 1, 2, 3, we love our mayor.
Elgin, 1, 2, 3, Elgin.
Elgin.
Not so great at directions. Yeah.
Super proud.
See, my kid came and stood next to me.
There you
It was fine.
Okay.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
Ice
Bye, Larry.
cream is on me.
Where?
Yes,
I'll make sure none of the sheep are dying, please.
cream.
We brought a chair, please take it back out.
Sorry, I'm so sorry.
Out of here.
I hate to see.
It was just the brown ones right there.
I think it's just the brown ones, yeah.
Yeah.
Just the brown ones.
It's the comfy one.
I don't know where they go.
That makes it important. So,
Are we recording or?
I'll do speech to text on there is what I'll do, but I need her to say that before.
Yeah.
You ain't seen that yet.
I'll have to switch meetings.
Okay, just tell me when.
You ain't seen that.
I think you have to read that before we switch it.
Okay.
to it.
Guys, as soon as we shut the door.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's like shoving her all over.
Robin on the stay, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Andy just hit him.
Okay.
She's gonna whack you.
Okay. The Elgin School District will now meet in executive session pursuant to ORS 192-660 2H, which allows the district to meet in executive session to consult with counsel concerning the legal rights and duties of the district with regard to current litigation or litigation likely to be filed. Representatives of the new media and designated staff shall be allowed to attend the executive session. All other members of the audience are asked to leave the room. Representatives of the news media are specifically directed not to report on or otherwise disclose any of the deliberations or anything said about these subjects during the executive session, except to state the general subject of the session as previously announced. No decision may be made in executive session. At the end of executive session, we will return to open session and welcome the audience back in the room.
Stop recording.